Hi, I'm David McGinnis of Mainstream Media, and you're
John Newman.
And then the award you won, I heard you won an award, and what was it about? What was the award?
Well, we won an award for the best entree at the bite, and so that was our crab cakes that we're featuring. So they're fresh Oregon Dungeness crab, and mix that with a little bit of whitefish mousse, and then we sauté it on the flat top grill. So people loved it. It was a finish with a little lemon aioli.
And then, what made you win this award?
Well, I think that the whole concept and the idea of what we got going with this dish is it's pretty simple. It's Oregon products, and then it's cooked a la minute, which means what we do is we make the batter, we make the crab cake mix, and then we cook it right in front of everybody. So when it's cooked, it's immediately placed on the plate, and people eat it. So it's hot right off the grill, and obviously with fresh crab and that type of thing, and the ingredients seasoned well, they love it.
And how many awards do you have?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. I've done Iron Chef here a number of times, and I've done Iron Chefs all over Oregon, and I don't keep track, actually, to be honest with you. With Iron Chef I do, but generally speaking, I look at awards as something that I can be thankful for and appreciative of. But I'm not a one-man show. My wife's awesome, and I got a great crew. So it's a team effort that leads to it. I'm kind of like the hub of the wheel, and I got all the spokes around me to help me out winning those awards. So I like to just try and be humble as I can about it.
And how long have you been a chef?
Let's see. Started cooking. The title chef, I believe, comes with experience and tenure, and kind of working your way through the business. So for me, I've been cooking since high school, but then I went to cooking school when I was about 22. I'm 47 now. My first actual chef job was probably 20 years ago.
And where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Glendora, California. That's where I was born, but I actually lived quite an unusual childhood where I was in, I don't even know how many different elementary schools. I went to 5 different high schools.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I lived in Miami, LA, New York, Chicago.
Which Miami?
Miami Beach.
Florida.
Yeah.
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 And then,
so all over the country, because we just basically lived a kind of a non-traditional childhood.
And then you didn't go to high school here in Oregon.
No, I went to high school in California, actually.
Yeah. And what are your hobbies?
Well, I like to surf. I'm a surfer living on the beach. I like to take my wife into the park and go for a walk. I like to play basketball.
Yep.
That type of stuff.
And what inspired you to be a chef?
Well, I've always wanted to be a chef since I was a little kid. And then I realized when I got into business and started to work in it that it was a great opportunity to eat, because I was poor, and then express yourself in cooking. So when I looked around and I realized some of the opportunities for work are out there, what they were, and I had done quite a few of those, that I realized that cooking was one of those ones where you could show your style and then get immediate feedback. And so when I was in my mid-20s, living on the coast, I realized it was going to be a good deal if I was a chef.
And also another bonus question: are you positive Dunkin' Donuts might come back to Oregon?
Well, I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
I frequent them, and
I heard a rumor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, that company. I don't know what their status is, but they probably expanded a bit too much. Now they're trying to retract themselves. So.
Well, nice to meet you.
Hey, thanks for talking to me. My pleasure.
You too. Yeah.